Saturday, y'all, man. Welcome back. This is a very impromptu Her Core, Her Rules, man. You know, this is All-Star Weekend, All-Star Game Saturday. And we turned up over here, man. The game starts at 8:30 tonight. Obviously hosted in Chicago. You know, I'm a Midwest girl myself, so I'm excited about the game being in Chicago just in general. For the people of the Midwest, you know, we don't get a lot of love. You feel me? East Coast, West Coast, Dirty South always get the love. So shout out to the Midwest. Shout out to Chi-Town hosting the All-Star game tonight at 8:30, man. It's gonna be interesting, yo. This is an All-Star game featuring Paige and Caitlin. So it's gonna be interesting to see or who might take that MVP today, who might take the MVP. So I just wanted to tap in with y'all real quick to do a little brainstorming, a little prediction on this gloomy Saturday. It's a little gloomy on my side of the map, you feel me? And I want to see what y'all tap into y'all intellect and to see where y'all energy at today about the game tonight, man, for MVP predictions. Who y'all got tonight? For me, man, we got Asia starring in this one. She's been on she's been cooking. She's been Chef Asia season alongside Paige and Caitlin, and we have some others in the All-Star game that I think might turn up. Kelsey, I think Kelsey might turn up tonight. I think Kelsey might have something to prove. Kelsey might go for a 30 piece. I mean, she's almost been averaging 30 points a game in these last like 6, 7 games. And why would she not hit at least 30 tonight? I think it's going to be easy. Last All-Star game, nobody played no defense, right? No, there was not a lick of defense play in last All-Star game, which made it not enjoyable to watch for me. It made it more closer to men's All-Star game, which usually is not fun. It's just for lack of better words, the men's All-Star game is a shit show. I'm not interested in that. So last year, it was a lot of political messages being sent in the WNBA's All-Star game, pay women what they're due or what they're worth, pay them what they worth or whatever the case. So, that moment kind of took a lot of the energy away from the game per se. And then I think, the ladies just wanted to kick it and have fun last WNBA All-Star game. It was not any true competition in the game itself. Lots of everybody doing what they wanted to do. Lots of centers taking threes from half court. Just a lot of, nonsense. I think this year's All-Star game is going to be a lot more competitive because of how the teams are broken up. Now, when we look at Team Coop versus Team Spoon, I think Team Coop, let's talk about it. I think Team Coop about to wipe the floor. Respectfully, we got Asian them over there. That's cool. That's cute. But they don't have enough ball handlers and shot creators for me on Team Spoon versus Coop. I mean, Coop got practically all guards. They got bigs over there, but they got mainly creators. If I had I'm in the car, right? I'm at work. Where y'all at? I'm at work. But I told them bozos I need to go outside for a minute and talk about the WNBA. Okay. I wish I never went live from the phone, so I don't know how this goes. I'm trying to pull up things and I can't pull up nothing, so I guess don't even worry about it. I don't know. But y'all, if y'all got the rosters in your mind or on your devices, teledevices, go ahead and put the rosters in the chat, the teams in the chat, right? So I know Team Coop has Paige, Kalia Copper, Gabby Williams, NECA. If y'all know some more names off top, let me know. And then on the other side, you have Caitlin, you have Asia, Jackie, but you have mostly bigs for Team Teresa Weatherspoon and mostly guards. And when I say guards, I mean creators, right? They are labeling AB forward / center. When you look at the roster breakdown on both teams, they have like Kalia Copper forward / guard or guard / forward. I don't care about none of that. As long if you are a guard or big that have guard like handles and creative abilities, then you're going to be very important in this all-star game, because I think for the spoon side, they got nothing but when y'all look at the roster, it's a whole lot of bigs. It's a whole lot of people that need somebody to help them get a shot, right? Not to say that that's not a bad thing or a good thing per se, but when you compare the two teams, I think Cynthia Cooper's team is by far way more talented on the 1v1 look. And when we talk about the WNBA All-Star game, or just the All-Star game in general, it's a lot of 1v1, right? It's a lot of how can you stop me from doing what I can do with the ball? You feel me? So yeah, you got JJ over there and you got a lot of bigs over there, but they need time. They need time to get their thing going. Everybody ain't got quick 1-2 go-to moves like Asia. That's not consistent amongst the team. So they have one big that creates, that's a creator in my framework of creation when it comes to basketball. They have one big, which is Jessica Shepard. And I think she is probably she's a top 5 big in this league right now. And she's a top 3 creative big in this league. When you think about forwards that can push the tempo, set up the offense, it's not many people that can do it better, excuse me, than Jessica Shepard at this stage in the WNBA right now. You have Brianna Stewart, who was over there for Teaspoon. Obviously, she's a creator, and she's been having to do everything for New York these days. I think those are the two like Swiss Army knives that they have over there. Asia, yes, but still Asia is not the solely responsible for handling the ball, or even like third string handling the ball for the Aces. Obviously, you got Chelsea, you got Jackie, and you have a slew of ball handlers before you are relying on Asia to do that. Now, right? The other bigs over there, just big bodies, right? Jaquel, shout out to her. She an all-star, but I'm not interested. She doesn't excite me in the all-star game. She don't excite me in regular season, but I'm just not excited with what Jonquel can potentially do in this all-star game. So I'm not anticipating Jonquel being MVP. I'm not anticipating Jessica Shepard being MVP. I'm not anticipating Brianna Stewart MVP. This game is about the guards. Don't let nobody tell y'all that this game ain't about Paige and Caitlin. Those are two names that we checking for this all-star game. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Paige versus Caitlin. They on two opposite teams. They're going to be checking each other. And because this is the all-star game, you don't have to play within no system. You're not trying to, play by the coach's rules. You trying to show the world that I can cook her and she ain't going to cook me. That's what we looking for. We want to see. That's why we love Unrivaled as well, because of the 1v1 pressure. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready to see the smoke. Who ready? Raise your hand if you ready to see the smoke between Paige and Caitlin. I am. I most certainly am. Okay. I think it's going to be a little bit of riffraff between NECA and Asia. This is going to be like a passing of the torch in a sense, because NECA is on her way out of the league, but NECA is still a force in the league. Asia is walking into her prime if she's not already in it. But, women's careers these days are going to span, moving forward, 16 plus years, right, in the WNBA. The seasons are shorter. They be getting longer, too, because next year we're going to 50 games. So it's going to be turned up city. However, I believe that the average WNBA career, these, for the legendary players, are going to span at least 15 years, right? So is Asia in her prime yet? I don't know. Maybe. I guess we could say maybe. She plays like she's definitely in her prime for sure. But I think she's just entering like the very beginning. If your prime is like 5 to 7 years, she's just entering her prime. That being said, I think Asia and NECA is going to have some fun with each other during tonight's All-Star game as it relates to competition in that position. Going to be interesting. We got Asia and AB on the same squad. So that kind of reduces the bang bang you're going to get from that position. But Asia and NECA, that's gonna be fun. Again, Paige and Caitlin, that's gonna be fun. Again, Marina Mabry is an all-star this year. You know, Marina Mabry, when we talk about three potential people that could win the MVP, we also gotta talk about Marina Mabry, who been cooking, who didn't drop 53 points this season, right, in a game, which is ridiculous. Like, and how she did it is ridiculous as well. So Kalia Copper, put her in the conversation for potential stars to win the MVP. Why? Because she's a dynamic scorer. Why? Because she can get to the free throw line. Why? Because she's a 3 level, can take the contact and finish type of scorer. That's going to be fun to watch. Who is she gonna cook? Kalia Copper, Marina Mabry, anybody who checking them? Anybody who out here trying to play real defense on those two ladies tonight, tighten your shoes, lace them up. You better be wearing something with some real traction, okay? Because you're gonna have to chase some of these ladies around tonight. I don't know. I got 3 names in the hat for MVP before the game even tip off. 3 names in the hat for MVP. Paige, before the game even tip off. Paige, right? Asia, right? But I'm throwing her in here or in there because I love her and because of her skill set. But I think the MVP gonna come from a guard. Be on the lookout for Marina Mabry. I think she got a point to prove, and I think she understands that this season is not going the way they had hoped, with the injuries kind of derailing the progress of that Toronto Tempo team. I think Marina Mabry gonna have a point to prove tonight. I think Kalia Copper in the same respect, because this season isn't going the way she anticipated with that weak ass team over that team. Phoenix is trash. So I think because of that, Kalia Copper gonna have to remind the people that, oh, the team is trash, but not me. Okay, I'm not trash. This team is awful though. The construction is awful. The coach gotta go, and I guess we buying time. I guess we playing for the top pick, top 3 pick or something. I don't know what they got going on in Phoenix, but I think Kalia Copper gonna come out strong in this All-Star game. So if I had to throw some names out there, and I'm gonna round it out with 4, right? I got Paige, I got Marina, I got Kalia Copper, and I got Asia Wilson. If I gave an honorable mention, it would be Caitlin Clark, as well. I think, but here's hoping she plays enough minutes in this All-Star game. Um, and just in general, like, take it a little bit serious. We haven't seen her in the All-Star game since rookie year. So it's gonna be interesting, like playing significant minutes is gonna be interesting. I can't wait. Like, I can't wait. I think tonight is gonna be fun. I was excited about last night. If anybody caught the 3-point shooting contest, man. First of all, yesterday was fun as well, just overall. Like, AZ Fudd, we actually got a close up when she was going through the racks, right? We actually got a close up on her form. AZ's Fudd. Now we knew she had the quickest jump shot in the league, right? From setup to release, it's just mad quick, snappy. You feel me? But when you got the close up on the follow through, you feel me? Did it not take y'all back to Love and Basketball, Sanaa Lathan with the arm up? Did it not? Every shot, just it was purdy, right? Every shot was crispy. The release, it's like, wow, this really is the female Steph. Well, actually, she more like the female Klay Thompson, if you ask me, versus a Steph. AZ Fudd is more like a Klay Thompson with her movement on the court, with how she chooses wisely when she's going to dribble in the area she's going to attack. She moves along a path on the court that doesn't require her to take an extensive amount of dribbles. So I think that's why she's more relatable to Klay Thompson in that respect. However, watching her in that 3-point shooting contest, right? I said nobody. She might win this. I mean, unless Sapp is invited or Kayla McBride, y'all know the little messiness with the WNBA behind that, right? Unless Sapp or Kayla McBride is in this contest, I think AZ Fudd might get it the next couple years. Like, her shot is just so quick and effortless. And that matters because when you are moving through the racks, time plays a factor. And she has so much. When she got to the last rack, she was literally taking her time on every shot, right? No, she's not rushing everything. Boom. Same mechanics, every shot. Every single shot is ridiculous, right? I sound like RZA when this is ridiculous. It was exciting to watch. And again, the close up, the zoom in on Fudd's shot, it's just beautiful. It's a work of art. It's a work of art. We was hoping maybe one day we'll get Caitlin in the 3-point shooting contest. I don't know why Caitlin Clark ducking this 3-point shooting contest smoke. If Dame Lillard can join in the 3-point shooting contest off a ACL recovery, Caitlin, what you doing? Caitlin, what you doing? Why you ain't in this 3-point shooting contest? Don't you want to shoot from half court every other game? Come on, Caitlin. We need to see you. It's like LeBron when he refused to be in the dunk contest. Ja Morant, all these players who refuse to do the thing that we know y'all to do. Right? I'm like, come on, man. What is we doing? But maybe she ain't want to get smoked by AZ Fudd. I don't know. For certain, if I'm Kayla, I'm in there. I want to shoot against the best shooters. But you got to call them first. You got to invite them first so they can accept or decline. What we doing? I don't know, man. The WNBA. Smoke screen. So the 3-point shooting contest was lit. Did y'all see the shooting contest, right? Welcome back, Della Don, to the WNBA. It was good to see Della Don. Washington, or Team Washington, won by a landslide the shooting contest. That was much better than the skills contest from last year. The skills challenge from last year was an embarrassment to the WNBA. You had all these skilled players, Courtney Williams, Tosh Cloud, all these skilled players that couldn't make layups, couldn't throw the pass in the hole. It was just bad news bears. So this year, having almost a horse challenge, right, with the spot up shooting around the court, and then the deep three worth 7 points, was incredibly fun and thrilling to watch from a fan's perspective, because you are watching 3 generations of hoopers. You're watching rookies, you're watching sophomores, you're watching vets, and then you're watching Hall of Famers and legends compete at a high level in shooting. So I don't care if you're 50, ball is life. You can always shoot the rock. Now, it was one chick who was on team. Whoever was the veteran on Flage's team, she missed every last shot. Every last shot. Every last shot. I said, ban her. She should never be in part of this. Not the skill shooting horse game. Just do something else. Like, maybe it's a layup challenge, or I don't know. Maybe they should do something interesting. Like, obviously women don't dunk, but in the All-Star game though, they should lower the rims. Like, let's get real sexy. Let's just freak this thing all the way out. Lower the rims a little bit for the All-Star game. Drop them things down to 7 feet, right? And let these women go crazy, right? Or even 6 feet. Let them go crazy. Let's have a dunk contest on a 6-foot hoop during All-Star game. Why not? We watch so many people miss threes, right? Not in the 3-point shooting contest. We talking about the skill shooting contest. I seen so many Bad shots. Just brick. I mean, people hitting the side of the backboard from a top of the key 3-point shot. Tell me your jumper broke without telling me your jumper broke. You need to go get a loan on that jumper. Y'all, I never played 1 minute in the WNBA. Not one. I have played on the WNBA court. I have taken WNBA threes. I wasn't even as strong as I am now when I was taking WNBA threes back then. However, you still not gonna catch me bricking. If you bricking, that means your jumper always been broke. See, my shit been certified since been certified. So I can go a year without touching a basketball and you still see, y'all not playing with me. Go check the page. I'm not playing. I'm not lying. I'm not cap. Go check the page. Go check the shorts. You see me and with my out of shape self still got the strap on her. You feel me? So I don't know. I don't understand. You used to play in the WNBA. Your jumper broke now. Did something happen to your wrist? That thing snap. Listen, it might snap. My jumper might not snap like AZ Fudd, but first of all, it shouldn't. AZ Fudd, half my age. Okay. But for the rest of us who, again, hashtag ball is life, I'm never not gonna hoop. I don't care how old I am. I'm always gonna look for a pickup game. Now I understand my weaknesses at this point, so I'm maybe not playing pickup game with the young 18-year-olds, right? The people that's here home for the summer before they go back to college and hope. Nah, I'm not playing pickup with y'all. Y'all ain't about to have me in the blender. However, anybody who 30 and up, 27 and up, I'm playing pickup with y'all. We about on the same speed, right? Well, maybe everybody who 27 ain't slow. I ain't gonna hold you. Some 30-year-olds out here that still got that bag in them. I'm one of them, but I know my limitations. So last night watching All-Star skill shooting was very fun and very entertaining. And I think that the WNBA can continue to challenge themselves with the interaction and the engagement by giving the fans something a little bit more that we haven't seen, right? Like, why not have a little dunk contest for real? Why not? Why not have a layup contest? Let me see your reverse bag. Let me see your 360 bag. Like, the women can do that, right? We grew up practicing and one moves, right? We grew up practicing all the fancy, put it in your shirt, da. We grew up practicing all of that. So I'm pretty sure that these ladies still have a bag of tricks, right? Like it's what's the team? Globetrotters. Why can't we have let me see the things that you wouldn't do in a regular WNBA game, because it is not based in fundamentals, but it's just based in pure talent, skill, and finesse for the game. And finesse of the game. I would love to see like a crossover challenge. Who got the best handles challenge? Like, you feel me? Like, it's more things that we can do because we don't have a dunk contest. So let's do something that leans into the athlete's abilities. That's not just shooting, right? Yesterday we had 3-point and skill shooting. That's cool. I love that. So keep doing that. But what about, I don't want to see the skills where you doing the passing and all that, but what about the dribbling? Let me, how you moving through them cones? What's your package? Let me see the best string of crossovers. How many moves can you string together? Like, what about that? I would love to see Paige hit us with a 5-piece crossover combo, or Caitlin hit us with a crossover combo, like a boom, 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 a yo-yo, a step back, a this, that, and the third. Like, because in a game, we normally only see one counter move. So if somebody cuts off your drive, you driving to the right, and somebody cuts you off, we only normally see the pull behind step back. That's about it. Or the side step. That's about it. But what let me see you bring it in, bring it out. Let me see it. Right? Let's have a competition for that. I think that would be lit. Not going to hold you. I think that will be lit if the WNBA did something like that to make it more exciting. And again, reducing the size of the hoop, to bring it down to like 6 feet just for a night. A lot of the men, Shaq said, the WNBA game would be way more entertaining if the women can dunk. Well, ain't nobody going for that in the WNBA game. I wouldn't want to see that in the game. In 44 games, I don't want to see 5'8" chicks dunking because it's a 6 foot hoop. I'm not interested in seeing that. But for All-Star game, give us one night of imaginary, where we are using our imagination. What if Paige out here doing a 360 reverse dunk on a 6 foot? Why not? I would like to see that. Wouldn't y'all? Don't y'all want to see Dominique Malunga and Asia and Angel? These are all people who we've seen dunk, right? Wouldn't y'all? I said last year for the All-Star game, we need to have rookies versus All-Stars. And what does that mean? That means that we should have where you have your super class seniors for the NCAA, or maybe not seniors, they could be juniors, whatever. You take your 5 to 7 best NCAA players and you have them play the 5 to 7 best rookies and sophomores in the WNBA. The NCAA is the G League for the W. So just like we have in the NBA, the rookies versus sophomores, right? We have that game. In the WNBA, it wouldn't make sense to have rookies versus sophomores because there's not a lot of either of those. But if you have your college all-stars versus your rookies and sophomores in the W, so now you got the Paiges, the Caitlins, this is her third year, but I will put her in that category too. The Paiges, the Caitlins, the Angels, the Sonya Citrons, the Kiki Area fans. Now you put them against the Jujus, the Sarah Armstrongs, the Malaysia Four Wileys. You know what I mean? Like you put them, and now you got a game between the NCAA All-Stars against the WNBA rookie class, right? The whatever you would call them, right? The baby class. I don't know. Rookies and sophomores. Maybe exclude juniors. Maybe exclude year 3 people. I think that would be lit. Let me see Four Wiley versus Flaugier, right? In the All-Star game, right? And not just a full game. Just give it to 21. Just play the 21. We young. We playing the 33 in the backyard. Play the 21. Shout out to Andy. Hope I'm saying that, or India. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Welcome back to Her Core, Her Rules. Hopefully, Caitlin Clark is the MVP for the All-Star game. That would be great. Hey, look, if Caitlin is the MVP, first of all, it's going to put a battery in her back for the remainder of the season, which I think will be scary for the rest of the WNBA. Again, I'm not a huge Caitlin Clark fan, but what I will admit is I can never say that she don't have game. I would love to see her be all of her in the All-Star game because she don't have to play in no system. She ain't got to listen to Stephanie White. She ain't got to do it. All you got to do is get out here and cook these ladies. That's what I want to see. We really haven't seen her since college just like do her. So I want to see Caitlin remove the leash, right? Remove the system, remove the constraints of expectations, and just play your game, right? It's when it's pick up basketball, I got the ball, I ain't looking to pass it unless it's one of those, unless it's wide open, or I just cooked her and dropped her off something. That's what I'm looking for. So Andy said hopefully Caitlin Clark could be the MVP. Let's wait and see. I think it'll be interesting. What does she need to do to be the MVP? Well, I think in this year, I think it's going to be multiple people that have 20 points, right? I think Paige going to have 20 plus. I think Kelsey might have 20 plus points. Caitlin could potentially have 20 plus points. But look, Caitlin can probably drop off about 15. What if Caitlin drop off about 15, 17 assists? If Caitlin give you 15 and 15, she might be the All-Star MVP on 15 points and 15 assists. She definitely should lead the entire game in assists today. Absolutely. Will she lead the game in points? That I don't know. But assists, I think, should be pretty darn not. I don't want to say easy because it's still WNBA and everybody is at a certain point starting to play more competitive basketball. Hopefully, last year we didn't see no competition at all. This year, I think we will. So it will be interesting to see who kind of gets to that, that MVP level of gameplay. I think for Caitlin to get MVP, I think she got to do at least 20 and 10 for Caitlin to get MVP today. And that's, first of all, the 10 is very feasible. Now, is the 20 gonna be feasible? I think if she get the bulk of her points in the first half, let's say if she go into the halftime and she got 12 points, then she gonna hit 20. If she got 12 and 7 going into halftime, Caitlin gonna be MVP. Because that means she gonna walk away with 20 plus points and probably 12 plus assists. If she got 20 and 12, that's your MVP right there, hands down. If Kalia Copper, I think, is a dark horse in the MVP in this game, or Paige, if either one of them get 30 or more, they're getting MVP. But Caitlin, if she get the people 22 and 12, that's MVP all day long. 12 us, y'all. Tonight's MVP game probably will be the most entertaining, I think. I'm going to be glued to the end of my seat. I'm going to be clutching my pearls. All-Star game is probably going to be a joke. Nobody going to play defense. I mean, here's hoping that doesn't happen. Last year, that's exactly what happened. But I think last year, their biggest thing was unity, coming together, wearing the T-shirts, and making our voice heard, letting the people know what time we on and the demands that we have as a collective in regards to finalizing the CBA. This year, there's no CBA, right? There is no, what up, Miss D? Shout out to you. Peace and freedom to you. Peace and freedom to everybody, and happy Saturday. This year, there is no CBA there's no T-shirts that they gotta wear. There is no backdoor meetings that they need to have about how they feel unappreciated. The game is going to be the game. I think we will see more competition this year. At least I hope and pray. Joe Mama, welcome back. Peace and freedom to you, man. Do you think Cece will play that many minutes to get that many points? And that's the biggest thing. I think that she has the stage is set for Cece to be the MVP this year. Right, the controversy, she has more controversy behind her name this year than prior seasons, which is crazy because first year controversy, second year controversy, more controversy this year, right? So the stage is set. She has had recent games that have been completely dominant, right? So this is like her time to shine. However, is she going to be modest because she's going to play? Not going to play that many minutes? I don't know. Is she going to be conservative? I don't know. Right? It comes down to her body and how she wants to respond. And then up here, like, it's certain people like Paige that's just, when it comes to competition, I want it. I want all the jewels. I want all the trophies. I want to win. I want to cook everybody who's in front of me. I don't think everybody, well, not everybody. I don't think Caitlin got that same mindset. I think that if her body ain't locked in mentally, she ain't locked in. That's how it looks on the outside. I don't think that she's the type that would compromise body to play the game. I think there are a lot of players that will say, I don't give a dang if I got one ankle, I'm going out there. Right, I'm going out there. I'm giving it my all. If my back hurt, whatever. Shoot me with a cortisone shot. I'm out there. I don't think Caitlin is like that. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, it is what it is. That's just my perspective. Let me get to these comments. Hold on. As long as they play hard in the 4, but they don't have to play too hard. That's true. Good morning. Last year they had decided to let Fee MVP be the MVP last year. More controversy because Congress tried to get involved with her. Yeah, I don't know what Congress doing. Again, I think a lot of entities have taken their turn on exploiting the name of Caitlin Clark. I do, and that's including the WNBA. It is what it is. I understand that she is a marketing monument, right? But don't use that young lady just off the sake of using her because you know what her brand can do for your brand. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Let her live, right? But that's all of them. I think they exploit a lot of them, but they exploit Caitlyn because of the controversy, and they use her in a way that can look more right wing than left wing. The right wing people are exploiting the f out of her. If I was her, I'd be like, don't mention my name nowhere unless it's about basketball. Period. Period. I'm tired of y'all using my name for your own personal gain or for your own personal missions. Basketball or don't mention me. That's what I would do. But I'm different. You ain't gonna make no money off me. I'm gonna tell you that right now. CC on the team with Miles, maybe she goes for it. CC don't like Cheryl. Remember, she traded her from being coach of her team. Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true. Now the scary. Well, I'm a little scared because I don't think she gonna play enough minutes, and that's the fear that I have. But if she don't, then that means we're gonna get a Paige and Olivia Miles showdown. Now, who's here for that? I got my church finger up. Paige and Olivia Miles showdown gonna be something. Absolutely. So, and then it's in an All-Star game. We seen them play one another in the season, but an All-Star game is different because you're not worried about systems and plays and getting people open and understanding your assignment and following the game philosophy and sticking to the plan. You ain't caring about nothing about that. You care, oh, who checking me? Oh yeah. Let me get in my bag. Who oh, yeah. Oh no, barbecue chicken. That's what I would be thinking. Anybody checking me is barbecue chicken. You know why? Because I'm like that. That's what I would be thinking. So people like Paige, people like Olivia, people like Kalia Copper, people like Marina Mabry. That's exactly what they thinking, right? Here's hoping the big dogs don't pull up and say, no, shout out to the youth movement in the WNBA. Shout out to y'all. Y'all doing great, right? We have a great future, but the OGs are here and we're going to go ahead and take this up off of you. So the Asias, the Jackies. Jackie can have a damn triple-double today, right? Who said Jackie can't get 10 rebounds and 10 assists today? Was she playing with her teammates? She already know who I was going down. Then she gonna be playing with AB. That's easy money right there. Them easy buckets. So that's gonna be interesting. I don't know, man. I think tonight gonna be very fun from a viewer standpoint. I think we're gonna have a good game tonight. Tomorrow, we got Team Coop and Team Spoon. I like Team Coop. I ain't gonna hold you. I like Team Coop better than Team Teresa Witherspoon. I'm not gonna hold you. If not CC, let's say it seems like a lot of y'all are expecting or at least hoping or predicting CC will be an MVP in the All-Star game. If it's not Caitlin Clark though, who y'all got? Who y'all runner up for MVP even before the tip off? Who y'all got? I'm trying to tell y'all I got Paige. I got Paige. Not only do I got Paige for the All-Star MVP, I got Paige for the WNBA MVP. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I love Asia down. Big Asia, big Aces gang. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Aces fans. We outside, right? And I would love to see my girl win her 5th MVP. Would love that. She gonna win her 5th regardless. Asia gonna walk away with her career probably with 10 MVPs in her hand. Let's talk about it. Asia gonna walk away with out of her career by the time she retired. She got 4 now. Asia might have 10 by the time she retired. So let's say she don't get it this year. I think Paige got it though. I think Paige got it. Then Dallas was the worst team in the league last year. Now they sit in them. I think Paige got it. And I think she gonna show us during the All-Star game why she should be the league MVP. I think Paige is gonna use this stage to show as her campaign for the league MVP. No, the All-Star game has nothing to do with it, but she gonna show us. She gonna show. If you already are not a fan of Paige Beckers, where you at? What you doing? Hello? Hello? Knock, knock. Who's there? Anybody home? Hello? Anybody home? If you're not a fan of Paige right now, All-Star game gonna make you a fan of her. If you're not, first of all, if you're not already, that's just crazy to me. That's just crazy to me. I can see many ways why you aren't a fan of Caitlyn, or let's say an Angel, or I can give you 5 reasons for both why many people aren't a fan of both or either. But I can't see Paige, you not being a fan of Paige. I can't see it. I can't see it. And this a new prescription, y'all. So what we doing? CC probably doesn't want to be the MVP of the game. Just bring more jealous and hate. I mean, that's true too. She probably don't want to be. She probably will defer. She probably will defer. If she does defer scoring, that means she better cook with the assist. I want to see the best passes from Caitlyn that we've ever seen this All-Star game. Why? Because you playing with the best players ever. I want to see all that. I want to see behind the back, between the legs, round, out, no look. I want to see it all. I want to see off the backboard. I want to see all of that. I'm here for it. What this is the one time y'all got, cause see, this ain't like the NBA. The NBA are clowns. They do clown acts every game, right? It's a show every game, right? But also they know that they are in the entertainment business, so they are always, look at LaMelo. He ain't nothing but a walking N1 mixtape. He doing mixtape stuff in the game. He don't even need to be in an All-Star game. We want the WNBA ladies to take that same energy. Treat this like an All-Star game. Don't just throw up, jack up shots because you open. Let me see your bag work. Let me see your bag work. Ms. D said exactly. Paige going to show out and will. Paige says she will support whoever wants to be MVP. She will support them. Okay. I mean, one thing about the WNBA is I think that once All-Star game comes here, right, it's always a lot of drama. At least in recent years, it's been drama. It's been a lot of choose a side, stay on your side type stuff. But one thing we do know about the WNBA and the All-Star game in the weekend, it's a lot of camaraderie, right? It's like a big sorority weekend. Anybody ever been to Pledge Week on college campus, and you got, you know, all the sorors and fraternities, they all out, and they doing their strolls, they doing their dance, and they doing their initiations, and they doing the whole thing, right? It's always a good time to see the people come together, to see the people like have one weekend of fun and everybody on the same page. That's how it usually is with the W. Last year, WNBA was lit, and it was lit because of the TikToks. It was lit because of the TikToks. I was on Paige TikTok like crazy. Angel Reese TikTok like crazy. Absolutely. The Stud Buzz had a 48-hour live, or whatever the hell, 24-hour live. They was lit the whole weekend, right? So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. You know what else last weekend? I mean, last year during the All-Star weekend, everybody seemed extra saucy. I said, oh, y'all drinking this weekend, ain't y'all? Y'all having almost too much fun. She's having too much fun. Courtney Williams. Shout out to Courtney Williams. You gotta love Court. You gotta love Court. Let me tell you something. Courtney Williams, she's a party. She's a hoot. She's a hoot. I'm watching her in the skills shooting competition, and let me tell you something. She wasn't caring that much. She was laughing, joking, throwing the ball up there. She wasn't caring that much. But her energy, when you see these ladies just being able to decompress and just enjoy being around each other, it's refreshing to see, because oftentimes there is a lot of nuance shade being thrown about in the W. If y'all watching tweets and doing these things, it'd be a lot of shade. But in the WNBA All-Star Weekend, all the shade is put aside and everybody is here for a good time. I love that. I love that. I know it's some good kicking it going on in Chicago. I'm not from Chicago. I have gone to Chicago. It's some good kicking in Chicago. Chicago has a beautiful downtown. You could spend a lot of money. Hold your wallet. Court can put them back. Exactly. Court got game, and her game has evolved and matured in a beautiful way through in the WNBA. It's just been really remarkable to see. Poor Hodge, man, was hungover and had to heave an IV. She did better in the 3-point contest than I thought. Poor Hodge, man, was hungover. Yeah. Carlton, did well. She did well. Once it got to that finals, the 3-point shooting contest finals. Yeah, when she seen what Fudd did, it seemed like Carlton just said, you got it, Fudd. Like, you got it. You know what I'm saying? 30. You hit 30 points. And yeah, man, it's all you. This one all you, kid. AZ Fudd, her acceptance speech, she grabbed the trophy and whatnot. You said you hate spell check. I was trying to understand what you were saying, Ms. D. I don't think I got it, but that's cool. You mean well, Ms. D. Look, when AZ Fudd had when she was giving her acceptance speech, I'm like, she really is like adorable. Like, you just want to pinch her cheeks. Like, oh, look at her. She just reminds you of a little kid. When you see her, you just see this little, little fuzzy wuzzy little teddy bear or something. And she just seems so nice, so authentic, so sweet, so such like, your grandmother. I know you the favorite grandchild. I already could tell you the favorite grandchild. Your grandma see you, oh, come here, sugar. That's the energy she got. Oh, come here, sugar, sit down. You hungry? I just made a pie. Want me to get you some? That's what I see when I see AZ Fudd. And when she was giving her acceptance speech, I'm like, man, shout out to her, man. She deserved it. She deserved this win, right? The Wings got off to a rocky start in the perception in PR because they weren't starting her. But when she had her breakout game against the Aces, and she's really continued to find her way and mature, and this season is already halfway through, and she's still mad young. She's gonna be dangerous. Again, she's like the female Klay Thompson to me. Super talented, a jumper out of this world, very aggressive defender, can handle the ball, can rebound, really can do everything. But what she does the best is shooting and defense. Mabry, Fudd, or Marbury, if no defense. Mabry, Fudd, or Marbury, if no defense is played, they could get hot from the 3-point line. Exactly. I think Marina Mabry is going to be very interesting in this playoff or in this All-Star game, because again, she hot right now. She hot. She cooking. She could score with the best women in the WNBA. So having her on the court with the best women in the WNBA, Marina Mabry is spicy. She's caliente, right? I think she want all the smoke, and I want it for her. I'm here for it. Carlton hit 32. She should have saved it for the finals. Exactly. She hit hers too fast. She couldn't double back on it. She couldn't spin a block on it. She couldn't double down on it. But hey, interesting. Great competition. Would have loved to have seen, Mabry, obviously Caitlin, and then McBride, right? Would love to have seen them, people like that in the not Mabry, McBride in the 3-point contest. Ms. D said I picked Mabry and Fudd, but Mabry had average 3-point contest. Yeah, Mabry, it was basic. I think Mabry is saving her goods for tonight. I think she's saving her goods for tonight. We gonna see. I'm happy for Mabry. I'm happy for what she has accomplished thus far this season, and this has been a challenging season due to the extensive injuries that the Toronto Temple have suffered, but Mabry has been holding it down and running strong. So, um, yeah, I'm excited. I'm looking around. Y'all know me. I got a slight little bit of paranoia. So when I'm in my car, my head be on the swivel because I'm like, what the hell going on around me? You feel me? Sabrina and McBucket should have been invited. Sabrina didn't get an invite exactly. Sabrina didn't even get an invite, and then Kayla McBride, she said she got an invite 48 hours before, whatever, via text to her agent. It was just like janky, and definitely we gonna go ahead and send you this so we can say we sent you this, but we don't want you to accept it. You know, anybody ever invited you to something important like the night before it was supposed to go down? Girl, don't invite me to your wedding last minute. Hey, bro, don't invite me to your bowling party last minute. You invited everybody else 2 weeks before, but you get to me and you won't. Oh, let me just decline respectfully. Sabrina didn't get a chance to defend her title. Absolutely not. And Sabrina was like, of course I take the 3-point contest serious. Like, I didn't, not only have I played and done it here, I've done it in the NBA with Steph. So what truly are we talking about? How y'all not invite? Because y'all know. Now, who wouldn't have wanted to see Sabrina and Fudd in the 3-point shooting contest? All right. Now, the WNBA be doing stuff so much that just hurts their brand. It just makes fans be looking at y'all like, y'all are y'all remedial? That is easy money right there. That's low hanging fruit for fan engagement, for viewership. Y'all, I forgot the thing was even, I was flipping through the channels and I was like, oh shit. Actually, I was on YouTube. I just popped on YouTube. I was like, oh yeah, the 3-point shooting contest. Yeah, I forgot. I came right on and it was Bridget. It was the second round. It was Bridget and AZ Fudd. And I said, wow. We already knew Sad Boy. I wasn't that much interested because when I saw who was shooting it, I saw, oh, AZ gonna win this. I don't know. I'm not even worried about it. I don't even have to watch it. I know who gonna win it. Right? I pull up. I said, and guess what? She winning it. Yep. I came in on her first rack in the finals, literally. First rack in the final round, and watch her dominate. And then I watched Bridget Carlton. She missed her whole first rack. I said, oh, no, it ain't your night. Tonight, Miss D said, tonight I'm watching both All-Star game and Kennedy 1v1. What you mean 1v1? Hold on. Explain to me Kennedy Carter in a 1v1? Huh? I'm definitely watching the All-Star game, 8:30. I'm definitely watching that. But what's going on with Kennedy 1v1? Am I missing something? Good morning, chat. Shout out to Sprinkles, Beyond Lynn. Shout out to you. Again, shout out to everybody tuning in. Y'all know first of all, I'm not no live streamer early in the day. I need to collect my faculties. You said on YouTube, she doing a 1v1 against who? Is it gonna be one verse whoever, like a bunch of people, and then who comes out of that 1v1 tournament type of thing? Like how they run runs in the NBA? Now, here's the thing. Kennedy Carter, actually, in this basketball culture, she can be a 1v1 beast. That's probably what she need to be. Yeah, I know you want to hoop on the team and all that, but maybe the team basketball thing ain't your best strength. Maybe you just need to cook these grown men 1v1, right? Just travel the world. Like TMC, they got a great channel. TMC or TNC. I don't know. They out of Ohio. A great channel on YouTube, 1v1. It's a lot of 1v1 leagues, but it's only about a handful of them that's got big money pots. So that's what she need to do. She need to be just cooking them. News. Kennedy Carter. Shout out to K Cordell. K Cordell. Shout out to you. K Cordell Inc. Breaking news. Kennedy Carter has signed with WCBA champions Szechuan Yawanda Blue Whales for the upcoming season via Yahoo Sports. Shout out to that information. Breaking news, breaking news. So Kennedy Carter is playing or has signed for next season for the Szechuan Blue Whales. And I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right because I eat Szechuan chicken. So I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. What time does the 1v1 start today, y'all, with Kennedy Carter? Because I'm definitely interested in it. I was going to say it's early for a stream, but glad to see you either way. Exactly, Sprinkles. You know I don't be up this early. I be up. That be the thing. I be up like the crack of dawn up. But I just don't be streaming this early in the day, right? Because, we got stuff to do. We is grown. We got stuff to do. I'm actually at work right now, but I'm just not doing no work. Don't tell my boss. Yeah, y'all let me know what time this Kennedy Carter 1v1 is kicking off. I'm sure I could just Google, but I'm streaming from the phone and they won't let me do nothing. Like I can't multitask. So I don't like that. It's gonna be some good basketball. One thing I do know is that the All-Star game is the last time where these ladies can take games off. After the All-Star game, every single minute you play for the remainder of the season is important. Every last one. There's not 1 minute that you can play for the remainder of the season where you could take it off. So that means you have to be your best self in the second half of the season. And I'm interested in seeing that. We haven't seen the best version of Vegas. We see great games. One game, we see the very next game, they lose. We haven't seen the best of Indiana. We haven't seen the best of New York, Atlanta. We haven't seen the best of Minnesota because welcome back, Fee. Shout out to her. And didn't she look good on her return? Nothing extra. Just 24. Just a slight double. Regular business for MV Fee. Y'all, if let's say the second half of the season, Fee averages double 24 and 10. Is she in the MVP contention? Is she in the conversation? Even though she can't win because she didn't play enough games, is she back in the conversation? I think so. All right, so Solidarity Live YouTube, 8 p.m. versus Maya Crump. Oh, Solitary YouTube. Okay, Solitary channel on YouTube tonight. Okay, let's go, Kennedy Carter. We always cheering for Miss Kennedy Carter. I hate it didn't work out for the Aces or any team in the WNBA for that respect, but always Team Kennedy. Shout out to her. Did you have a chance to check out the Stud Buzz stream? They were turning up all weekend. Court and Tish were drinking like the game at the Versus. First of all, the game looked a hot damn raggedy mess, didn't he? The game trying to be Forever 21. Boy, you old. Sit down and get you a cup of chamomile tea. Hot chamomile tea. Put some lemon in it. That's what the game needs. See, the game ain't had no hot chamomile tea in a while. He needs to have a seat and drink some tea with his pinky out. Drinking Don Julio like we still 22. Boy. But that's what Courtney and them do. One thing they are gonna do All-Star Weekend is turn up. I might be too old to even watch the streams. I'm like, oof, y'all I need to get a sip of water. Hold on. I'm that age where I be like, hey, you make sure you drink 4 ounces of water between every alcoholic beverage. That's the type of age I am. I done got that mature. I'm the designated driver. I'm trying to make sure everybody get back to their hotels responsibly. Okay. So them damn Courtney Williams and them, they gonna turn up. They deserve to turn up. For real. They really do. I'm happy for them. I like when the ladies have fun. All this drama in the WNBA, I'm not here for it. Facts, because everybody playing for that spot for the finals in the race, and who will maintain or who will fail. Exactly, exactly. And y'all know how I say it. I keep it a bean. Ain't no team safe. It's not gonna be easy. Like if the Aces not doing what they did last year, 16-0 to close the season, not happening. Not happening. Now they're not in a destitute position where they must do that. However, they better act like they need to do it because Dallas is coming. Golden State is coming. Okay. Let me tell you who else coming. Washington Mystics, they coming. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. They on their way. And then Sprinkle said, Fee said I'm back. I'm not playing with you girls. I'm looking forward to see her for the second half of the season. And Fee coming. Fee is here. And Fee might average 20 and 10 easily for the remaining of the season. What that mean for Natasha Howard? How does her play evolve? What does that mean for Nia Coffey? How does her play evolve? What does that mean for Olivia Miles? How does her play evolve? These are three players who haven't played with Fee for real. Now they playing with them. Boy, I almost threw this little microphone. The game looked off his rocker. And then the game then dropped the diss track to Kendrick Lamar. Boy, ain't you 4 years late? What is we doing? The game want to be relevant so bad. Ain't you best friends with Drake? Just be happy with that, baby boy. Who told him to take them braids out? He want to be Jay-Z so bad. You're not Hova. Nobody's chanting your name. Hova. Nobody's chanting your name. You're so drunk. I'm like, I can't stand no sloppy drunk. I mean, I guess every drunk inherently is sloppy. I never seen a drunk that can walk a straight line. But when you sloppy, just out of bounds, just out of place, that boy, and that's where I follow up. Hey, Mr. Game, would you like a bottle of water? What's them fancy waters? What's the fancy water? Would it start with the P? You know, I just drink regular ass spring water. But what's the fancy one to start with the P? The sprinkling water. That's like Italians sprinkling water. Is real good too. But as you can see, I don't really buy it. We in a recession. Who can afford the fancy waters? I'm one step away from drinking tap again. Sprinkle said, "What's in the braids, man? It ain't freedom. It's struggle. He got struggle in them braids. It ain't clarity. Okay, it's bondage in them braids. He needs to figure it out. He got to get out the mirror. He got to get out the mirror because his little trick mirror from the museum, the fun museum, from the carnival, is lying to him. But that's another story. Blessings. Blessings to y'all. Peace and freedom to y'all for sure. It is nice to see the ladies enjoying themselves. Hold on. I can't do this. Okay, it's nice to see the ladies enjoying themselves, especially how heavy the season has felt recently. It's like a reset in a sense, hoping this energy can be carried into the rest of the season. Exactly, man. This season seemed extra long. It seemed like we already finished the season. We just halfway through. Just because of the extra it's just been dark. If y'all been feeling the energies, this season just been dark. I like vibrant basketball seasons where we are really comparing game, not tweets, not fouls, not hot mics, not none of that. I ain't with none of that, right? I want to talk about basketball, okay? Not officiating. I'm so sick and tired of talking about officials. Can we just fire everybody and start new? I'll volunteer. Well, not volunteer. You don't have to pay me. But I'll be an official. I can run up and down this court. I just give me about 3 weeks to get right and tight real quick. Can we just fire everybody who are officials and start anew? I feel bad for Coffee Miles Howard. Look like they will be on the outside looking in after they held up the first half, which could be their downfall. Uh-oh. That's a good point. Shout out to King Lion Crown. Welcome back to Her Core Her Rules. Y'all know it's impromptu Saturday, y'all. Shout out to y'all. Good morning. Um, Boom. All-Star MVP should be Paige Beckers. I think I'm trying to tell you, Paige is my number one vote before the game tip off. I think her level of intensity, her ambition and will to win, and her competition, her mentality, I think is going to set the stage and set the energy. Y'all know how Wimbiana changed the tone in the NBA this year when it came to the All-Star game. It's his energy that set the tone, set the stage. How we gonna play? How we gonna approach this game? When Beyonce said, "Oh, we gonna approach it like we want to win." Okay, I ain't one of y'all little janky NBA players. I'm an international player, baby, and all I know is competition. So I think Paige gonna have that same energy. I think people like Jessica Shepard, they want to play for real. Like I don't think they want to be here just to be. I don't think just being here is enough for certain players. For me, I'm gonna be honest. If it were me and I'm an all-star, I'm an all-star. Am I trying to get MVP? Nah. I'm taking this weekend off, dog. I'm chilling. I'm chilling this weekend. I'm happy to be an all-star, though. Happy to be here. Happy to be here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to the fans, right? Shout out to the W. Happy to be here. But let me tell you something. I'm here to stun on y'all. I'm here to show y'all that can't none of y'all dress better than me. Ain't none of y'all rocking nothing flyer than what I'm rocking. I'm drippy down. I'm this down. My bling game crazy. Glasses crazy. Shoes crazy. So that's how I'm coming. I'm here to stunt. Baby, we from the land of the players and the pimps. That's how I'm coming. Y'all might see me in the mink down to the floor. But like a fake mink, because we believe in, protecting these animals out here, not just for our own, commercial, we out here, we want to save the planet. So it'd be rabbit. I got this rabbit down to the floor. How you doing? I got my gators on. I don't know. I'm that old, but I'm coming out here with the Escalade stretched out. There you go. Now I got the stretch Escalade. Is it prom night? It's prom night for me. It's the All-Star game, baby. It's prom. I'm treating it like it's prom. I'm not treating it like I'm trying to win MVP. That would be me though, because I already know what type of time I would be on. But I don't think Paige on that. I think Paige trying to break an ankle. Paige trying to remind us why we call her Paige Buckets. Sprinkles said, not the Gators, baby, the Gators. What? The Gators. Hold on. Hope all is well. Shout out to y'all again. I always love the camaraderie in the chat. I love y'all for that. Shout out to y'all. I agree. Let's just reset the entire thing from the top to bottom. I don't know an official that I rock with. It's one black lady official. She got hair at the top, but it's like faded on the back sides and the sides. I especially want her out of there. Get out of there. She take 30 minutes for every review. I don't know her name. I don't take no time in learning no official's name. I know one official name for the NBA. She's a woman. Her name is Simone Biles. That's because she's from Ohio. She's from my same area, so I've been following her throughout her career. She played for USC and again, let's sidebar. I don't like when people call South Carolina, University of South Carolina, USC. That is not USC, y'all. We've all seen Love and Basketball. It's only one USC, and that's the Trojans. That's it. Okay, so Simone Biles is from the USC, not South Carolina. Okay, that's just a side. That's just a pet peeve of mine. But all these WNBA officials, they can go. They can go. They can go somewhere where it's real hot, and we ain't talking about Florida. I hope the game is somewhat competitive, at least amongst the rookies and the first-time stars. I love seeing AZ get her shine. Don't you love that? And don't you love the fact that AZ just so humble and just so, oh, y'all, I'm just happy to be here too. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for me. Thank y'all for being here. I'm so grateful. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to my teammates. You just love to see that, right? I'm there. I'm trying to tell you, I'm there, y'all. I'm just here so I don't get fired. I'm just here. I'm actually trying to chill with the Gators on. That's me. Game will probably stink like last year. Oh God, please don't say that. Y'all, let's be hopeful. I hope it don't stink like last year was awful. I think I watched 1/4 of the game last year. 1/4. I said, y'all bought some BS. I'm out of here. I guess we only watched the skills challenge was awful. It was just a bad weekend. The only thing that we cared about last year was the TikToks. That's it. Hopefully the game is competitive and not a blowout. I think it's gonna be a blowout because I think Team Coop is far better than Team Teaspoon. I think Cynthia Cooper's team has a lot more killers, 1v1 killers on her team, and Coops, I'm sorry, and Teaspoons has a lot of team players, right? Team players over there. And that's fine. But the All-Star ain't about team. It's about what collective got the best 1v1 players. And that's going to be over there, Team Coop. Is there any incentive to winning the game? Now, y'all riddle me this. Do they win money? I know they win money for Commissioner's Cup. I think there is a check for MVP, maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. Last year was giving beautiful gowns, great gowns. If you know, you know. Sprinkles, hello. Rest in peace, Aretha. Beautiful gowns. Everybody look good, but didn't nobody do nothing. Everybody looked good. Everybody played well. You know, the stud buds, they fades was down tight. The braids was braided in. You feel me? The wigs were strapped on, laced down. You feel me? Everybody looked good. Look real good. Look real good and drunk. Everybody look real. I said everybody need to go take a little meeting today this weekend. Y'all was doing too much drinking. I'm just saying. I'm telling you, I'm running around there like, hey, did you have your glass of water between in each drink? That's me. I'm somebody's mama. Paige said, shout out to Lisa. Welcome back. Peace and freedom to you. Paige said on Sue Bird's podcast that she may try to get the most assists by working with Kelsey to get her the MVP. She said she will look to the vets to see if they were going to play for real. That sounds good, man. I think that's the wrong approach. I think that she needs to set the tone. But I also think that she might just be saying that. I'm gonna see if how the vets play, and I think Paige playing with y'all. I think Paige gonna say, I don't give a shit what y'all doing. I'm here to cook. Again, I think Kelsey has a great chance of being the MVP because of the rhythm she's been in going into this All-Star break. She has been on a torture, right? Her last 6 games have been incredible. That being said, I think that scoring wise, she can definitely hit 30 plus, right? She might can hit a little bit more than 30 plus today. If Paige's intention is to drop them off, then Paige might get a double with the 20 and 10. We'll see. But I would love to see Paige and or Kelsey and or Marina Mabrey be MVP. I think my top hat is Paige and Marina. They're my top 2 for MVP today. I think they win for the 3-point. I've seen Angel and Paige making their own side bets allegedly, but nothing official. Yeah, so the other squad, they ain't got enough. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Teaspoon, she ain't got enough over there to be able to score with Coop and them. So the side bets, Angel and Paige, you know, you got to watch them. Because I was watching them last year and they TikToks was lit. I think they closer than what the people think. I think they probably low-key sidebar besties. Okay? So, I don't know. I don't know. We got to watch them. See what they on. My girl AZ Fudd killed that 3-point contest, didn't she? That's been my favorite part of the All-Star so far. Didn't she kill it? And like I said, when we see the close-up on her jumper, on her form, on her release, on her arch, like all of that, it's like, damn, that's really a shooter. When I was growing up, I had I would say a DVD, but I'm that old that this was on the VHS. I had Cheryl Swoops was my favorite player growing up. I had a VHS that I would watch before every game, that went through her mechanics, her techniques in shooting. It was two shooters that I followed, and I did everything. I tried to master their setup, their balance, their base, right? Their arch, their touch. It was Cheryl Swoops and it was Reggie Miller. Cheryl Swoops had a VHS that walked you through how to set up your shot, how to position your feet, how to tuck your elbow, how to follow through. When I'm remembering that tutorial VHS, I'm remembering that feeling I felt and the confidence. I'm feeling that when I'm watching AZ Fudd. I'm like, yo, AZ Fudd teaching me how to shoot for real, right? I'm the camera angles was so tight on the forum. I'm like, yo, if all you do to all the young shooters out there, to all the baby hoopers out there, all you need to do, if you a guard and you want to know how to shoot, record some film on AZ Fudd and do every single thing. Not only do you have to get in the gym and get a lot of reps up, right? You got to get your conditioning right. Her conditioning, the way she can get up her shot so quickly. You got to be in a certain level of conditioning to do so. Your mechanics have to be so tight, so drilled in. You have no hitches. You have everything's fluid. Everything. She grabbing the ball, and it's like the ball going from the rack to the position. It's so fluid. It's like, so when they asked her after the game or after the shooting contest, she said, how did you be able to dominate like this or whatever, however they framed the question. She was like, it's just like practice. Like, it's just, in other words, regular. Hard for you, regular for me. Light work, easy. I said, come on, AZ. You know what? You got it, dog. You got it. The future is yours, kid. It's looking bright. That would be crazy and hilarious if someone actually got a tech tonight. I'd be so mad at them. Now, why y'all so mad? I wonder, has there ever been any techs in the All-Star game? It shouldn't be nothing to where there is a foul that's not called. That's like that would be the only way I would think somebody would get a tech if there was a legitimate foul. And I say legitimate because people be campaigning for fouls that never occurred. But if there's a legitimate foul and it's not called in an All-Star game, I can see somebody hooping and hollering about that. But do techs in the All-Star game count against your techs for the season? I wonder that. It shouldn't, right? It should be in its own world. I know Angel and Caitlin better not get no techs because they only one more tech away from getting suspended. They, for the rest of the season, they already one more game away from getting suspended, and we still got 22 more games, or at least 20 to 22 more games. Everybody better drink chamomile tea before the game tip off. Caitlin and Angel, y'all got to settle down. Because now y'all in jeopardy of costing y'all team a win or loss. Well, maybe not for Indiana because they know how to play without Caitlin, right? They've played enough games without her that they'll be fine. But I don't think Atlanta can survive a game without Angel. Not in the second half of the season, right? Bree Jones ain't all the way back. She back, but she not all the way back. So you need the energy and the leadership from Angel. They better tighten up, okay? Don't be in your emotions where it cost your team. Tighten up. Got me yelling on this Saturday morning. Cece and Angel going to get their 8th tech tonight. 1 game suspension. That is crazy. I hope not. Good day, Chad. Shout out to you. You about to leave, Andy? Shout out to you, man. Thanks for coming. And pulling up. There will be no text. That's crazy if they do call it. There should not be any text today. That would be ghetto. That would be very much so ghetto if they did that. But also don't be doing too much hoop. Don't be so emotional today. This game don't even matter for real. I think everybody will play be diplomatic to a certain extent where nobody is playing to hurt anybody or nobody is if you got beat on a drive, you're not going to intentional foul to try to stop the layup. Just let it go. Roll on. Get back. Get it back in blood on the other side. This is the opportunity. If you get scored on in the WNBA, you can come down. Hey, give me the rock. Yeah, let me get that. I gotta get that back. Right? I gotta go ahead and get that back. This is what should be happening in an All-Star game. Somebody, you get smoked, go down there. Okay, let me put you on the grill. Let me give me the rock. Give me the rock. Let me put you on the grill. I gotta get that back. That's what the energy should be, right? Yes, it should be competitive, but also it should be like, if somebody score on me, I'm trying to come back and score on you. If I don't get it on this possession, I gotta try to round robin. Let me try to get mine back at another point in the game. But I'm definitely coming for you. I gotta get my lick back. They may need to, Sprinkle says, they may need to try some meditation and some breathing exercises. I'm surprised that they have reached the 7 texts this quickly. How does that even happen? I mean, I think because both of them been campaigning for calls, right or wrong. Whether the calls happened or didn't happen, they campaign. And I think on Angel's side, a lot of these calls actually do happen and don't get called, right? I also think a lot of times they get called. She might get called for, whoever's checking her might get called for a blocking foul, but I think sometimes it'd be an offensive foul. The refs are trash. That's goes without a saying, but it's just been overall this league. It's just been a lot more players crying and arguing the refs. That's not. We can remove the Angels and the CCs because I think that they are on, the right end or the left end of the spectrum of campaigning for calls. I think all of these players, at least 90% of them, spend way too much of their time in the official's face. Spend way too much of their time punching the air, doing stuff. I saw Nalissa Smith throwing tantrums. Who did they play the last game before the All-Star game? I don't know, but she was getting cooked. She was getting cooked. I said, if you stop throwing tantrums, she threw the ball. The refs didn't call nothing on that. She threw the ball. She kind of like tossed it to the side. I'm like, oh, they could have called a tech on that. I'm glad they didn't. The Mystics. That's right. Yes, Shakira Austin was cooking. And she cooked every big that tried to check her. Starting with Nalissa. Cooking Nalissa. I said, boy, she got you in the blender. Not only did she help bring her team back, right? I mean, Shakira Austin scored the 6 straight buckets in the fourth quarter to tie up the game and kept scoring after that. Half of Angels texts are fraudulent. Oh, shout out to Shamika. Hello. Half of Angels texts are fraudulent. And again, I think the refs, on moments where they should call text, they don't. On moments where they shouldn't, they do. Make that make sense. Shout out to Shamika. Shout out to Jeremy. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to my members pulling up on a Saturday early, right? Early. I don't be up this early to talk about no basketball. Lisa says a money prize for the, hold on, let me go back to the comment. A money prize for the winner of the All-Star game, and will probably be the only way to make sure they really play AZ. Got 70,000 for the 30-point or the 3-point contest, and that's 10 more than the men get for the NBA. Oh, okay. AZ got 70 G's for winning the 3-point contest. Hell, can I get it? I mean, I probably can't. Hold on, I probably can't make 30. I probably can't make 30. With 30 G's, 70 G's on the line, I probably can. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm not one to brag, but you put a rack and all I got to do is shoot. I ain't got to rebound my shot. All I got is reload. I'm in there like swimwear. You know what we need to do? You know what we need to do? We need to have a WNBA streamer shoot-a-thon. Okay? I need all the streamers. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Adrian Rosses, the Rosalinas, the Quitas. the Genevas. Shout out to all the ladies that's out here. We can even throw the little dusty men in here too. Who the little dusty men streamers that be talking about a WNBA? What's this? Somebody y'all just put me on to KTV or somebody like that. I think he and Caitlin Stan. Um, Shout out to him. Shout out to all the streamers who make WNBA content. We need to be in our own shooting contest. I'm telling y'all, I put up my own money. How much? Everybody put up 1,000. Everybody put up a rack. We just trying to win a slight 10 G's or something like that. Get 10 people out there. What's the young lady who do the courtside with somebody? Homegirl, white girl. She be everywhere though. Shout out to her because she was just at FIFA doing stuff. She be in the NBA, the NFL. She be all over the place, right? Shout out to them, the people that's really holding it down for the WNBA content. We need to pull up, name a gym, right? Let's get some sponsors involved. Let's get some flights involved. And I'll put my own stack up. Okay? I'm gonna do my squats. Y'all see me doing the old lady stretches with the stretch pants, the sweatpants on. I got the sweatpants on. I'm doing the stretches with the bands. Right, right. I'm doing all the little yoga moves. Let's get out here. Okay? I put 1,000 on me. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Cause I know I'm walking away with something. I know I'm walking away with something. Hold on, let's get back to it. Don't remind me that was hard to watch as an Aces fan, but I was proud of the young intern girls. Yeah, it was hard to watch the misses coming back to win that game, but they fought for that game and they wanted that dub. And again, ain't no team safe. If you don't want it enough, you're not gonna win. It just is what it is. Something I didn't know is that after they get their seventh tech and 1 game suspension, they will get another 1 game suspension for every 2 techs after that. Ooh, ooh, you got a lot of games and a lot of bad officiating remaining for the rest of the season. It's going to be a lot of bad calls, a lot of missed calls, and a lot of bad calls. The one thing the WNBA need to do, I told y'all before, a coach's challenge is not enough. Because if there is no stoppage of play, I can't challenge anything that was not called. There needs to be an additional challenge that you would have to risk 2 timeouts, not just the one. You putting up a 1 timeout for the regular standard coaches challenge. There should be an additional challenge to force a stoppage of play, which will cost you 2 timeouts. Because now I got to do the job of the refs and the league. Right? So I think some additional things need to be had to improve the WNBA game, especially if they're just gonna avoid improving the officials. The WNBA has no intention at all in improving the officiating. So then there needs to be an additional entry to the game, or admission to the game that allows coaches to stop the game and force the refs to go look at something that they didn't see. For instance, the Alyssa Thomas arm to the throat on Caitlin, there was nothing called no stoppage of play. There should be a way for me as a coach to say, hey, didn't you see that? No, I didn't see that. Well, I did. Go look at it. Because the refs are trash. So we got to work around them somehow. But that's crazy about the fouls. And that means Angel and Caitlin, not only do they risk losing or missing 1 game due to techs on their 7th tech, but they risk multiple games being missed because you're not going to stop with just that 1 additional tech, right? And that follows you through the postseason. You think that Angel Reese can make it through 1 round of the WNBA postseason without receiving a tech? Huh? Or Caitlin? Not happening. They're going to get a tech in that first round. So what does that mean? It's only 5 games. You're going to have to sit down a game. What if that's game 4? What if that's game 5? Shout out to Lisa for that information. That's crazy. And T was out there pre-gaming for the Crown Apple with Crown Apple for 70,000. That's what I'm saying. You better take that serious. Now I know y'all getting some money now. Shout out to y'all in that CBA. Y'all worked hard for it. Y'all earned it. You feel me? Shout out to the women that the WNBA was built on. Right? Shout out to y'all. But I'll be damn if I'm out here playing for. I used to shoot for dollars. I used to shoot for pizza. I used to shoot basketball for a lot of things. We got a lot of things on the line, but it was never 70,000. Okay. Yep, we need to have WNBA streamers competition. We sure do. Honestly, while you playing Beyond the Lens, that would be a great idea for the next All Star. It would be a way to bring more attention to the game and give back to the people who report on the game. I'm trying to tell you. Shout out to y'all. I love when everybody had their own opinions, but I love it even more when y'all think like me. I'm just playing. And AZ was out all night drinking with T in court. And because in BC, she even said she only got an hour or two of sleep before the contest. Whoo! But her and Bridget Carlton locked in. That's what I'm saying. Shoot or shoot. When you really built like that, when you really like that with your jumper work, that's nothing to you. That's nothing to you. I can roll up out of bed and do a couple little stretches, stretch my hamstrings, right? Get my shoulders loose, roll up out of bed, and hold on. I just had to realize, like, oh, let me go ahead and roll my windows down. I just realized I was hot up in here. What the hell? I ain't got to be hot. But that's crazy though. 2 hours of sleeping out here strapping like that. Imagine. So she made it easy for him. Imagine if she was fully rested, had a good balanced diet, drank plenty of water. That means she was low-key dehydrated shooting like that. Shit. I'm gonna tell you something like this. You put me in the shooting competition, I'm gonna need all the rest I need. I'm gonna need at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep. I'm gonna need an ice bath before. That's okay, but I'm gonna be ready though. I'm gonna make it count, right? I'm gonna need a sauna or infrared red light therapy, right? I'm gonna need all of that just to get myself ready. I'm gonna have to woo-sigh, right? I'm gonna have to do the whole thing. My stud buzz, shout out to Jerry. My stud buzz live stream was great. I love seeing my Huskies and Lynx all in one stream. Wasn't that dope? I love seeing KK, turning up for AZ at the 3-point shooting contest. I mean, it was just great vibes, man. I love it. I hope she makes it to the WNBA. You know how they be funny about certain players as far as their game, right? So KK is maybe we'll see a different version of her this year at UConn, but I think like she's a really great role player, and sometimes role players don't make it in the W unless they got like a decent amount of height on them. So we'll see. I mean, we do have the JC Sheldons and the Sarah Ashley Barkers. You know, we do got some role players in this W that are always going to be on the WNBA team. Excuse me, Lexi Holes, people like that. So KK does have a chance, but you just never know. Just never know. Get your electrolytes. Hello, get mine. Stubbuds definitely came through this weekend. They may be the MVP for the All-Star. I mean, they always are the energy. Them having matching hair color and whatnot. Just being the life of the party. I'm trying to tell y'all, I would be the old lady. I would not be the life. I would be the lady that's in, hey, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and turn it in. Y'all, I'll catch y'all tomorrow at the festivities. Nah, it's only 9:30, dog. Y'all don't know my work ethic. I'm up early, up late every night, working out, watching tape, doing this, doing that. This weekend, though, I will be at the PR events that I must, but that is it. Outside of that, she's resting. She's relaxing, and I'm gonna fool with y'all and kick it with y'all and hoop the high. Might have a shot or two, but that's it. Not getting white girl wasted. Not this weekend. No ma'am. No ma'am. Off season, yeah, we could do all that. I'm still locked in though. This one weekend is not gonna be no cheat week for me. Jeremy Adams said KK is a really good defender. Teams can use her on their squad. Absolutely. A lot of teams, but let's say she's in the class of a Raven, right? KK and Raven are pretty similar players. Great point guards as far as controlling and managing the team. They both have mid-range games. I think KK has more speed than Raven. But I think Raven might be stronger than KK. That being said, just, here's hoping that this WNBA can find a spot for her that won't be just she get waived, she's on another team, she gets waived, right? Like they waiving great players. So if you just great in one area, if you not a knockdown 3-point shooter and a great defender, right, it's gonna be difficult, especially playing that point guard position. I don't need a point guard that just can play defense. Respectfully, I need a point guard that's a threat. Because again, the point guards on the other teams are the Caitlins, are the Pages, right? Like the Olivia Miles. Like you got to be able to do a little bit more than just play defense. Sarah Strong was there too, and yes, I have been thinking about KK and worried about her getting into the W because she is not that tall. Yeah, like if she was maybe a 6-foot point guard, that's a great defender and a great passer. I can see an avenue, but she a little short, right? And y'all know how the WNBA is. They fickle. If you're not a good scorer, it's just not going. Look at Haley. Where's she at? Tanaya Lasson and got waived. Now she got picked up again, but she got waived, right? She ain't seen no tick. Raven barely seeing tick. So KK won't get drafted in the first round. If you don't get drafted in the first round, it's so difficult to make it to a team and stay on the team unless you're with a brand new team, right? Like the Washington Wizards, Mystics, they drafted so many players because they had the picks to do so, but also Michaela Onwuar, whatever her last name is. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. I think I did the first time, but I'm overthinking it. Who was the assistant coach for UCLA? Like she helped draft all those UCLA players to that team, right? But it's so many people that got drafted, that got waived, that's no longer in the league or no longer consistently on the team, and they kind of bounced around already, and they got height and they got game. So, it's gonna be interesting. She's gotta make these years in college count. That's what I'm saying. Make these years in college count, KK, because it might be challenging, and it's not got nothing to do with your game. It's just that the WNBA is funny. They funny. Sometimes you don't know. Like I would have never thought Dejanay Carrington would still be in a W, but again, here it is. She hasn't played all season. She's been injured. She's gonna have to work her way back. You got a contract now, but you're gonna have to re-earn it. You're gonna have to re-earn it. So shout out to Sarah Strong. I'm anticipating a great year from her as well coming soon. I can't wait till the season starts for college basketball. I think it's gonna be too exciting. It's going to be very exciting. We're going to have new players in college. We're going to have returning players we haven't seen for a while, like Juju. Then we're going to have players that have moved, right? That have transferred schools. And then we have the players that we always, the teams that we always watching, that are always in conversation, that being the LSUs, the Texas, South Carolinas, UConn, obviously, that kind of sit at the mountaintop when it comes to the 4 or 5 best teams in the NCAA. Then you got Vanderbilt, right? We got some squads out here. We got some players out here, that's ready to take that next leap. So it's gonna be fun this year. No, Raven is in AZ's class of 2021. AZ was number one, and Raven number two. KK is 2022. Yeah, she would probably second round, and Gino will definitely work with her to get ready for the W. Now, I think she will have a complete skill set as a guard coming from that system. She's very smart. She's very smart of a player, and I think that her intellect is going to set her apart as a point guard. But size may be a factor. But you got Chin in the W. She's still in here now. She got waived a couple times, but she's still on the same team that ironically kept waiving her. So you do have some players that might be a little small, but that have carved out a space for them in the W, and it lands on them playing aggressive defense and being a spark offensively, like the Chins and the Dana Evans that pit bull defensively and can score. This season, I think KK Arnold has to do a better job of showing the people that she can be a consistent scoring threat and not just swing the ball to the open three and make that. If she does that, become a consistent scoring threat, I think a second rounder on a team that is a winning type team that she can go in and make an impact. So Raven Johnson was in AZ's class of 2021. Yeah, and then AZ her getting that injury, made her come out a little bit later. But I'm not mad at that. Imagine if what's our girl name? Magic Miles. Imagine if Olivia Miles came out last year, right? She would have been in the conversation of, Paige, right? I think it was smart for her to delay it a little bit. She's still in the conversation of Paige, but it's not comparing them to 1-to-1 because they entered the league at the same time. It's just comparing them because they play in the same position. Are you watching that Kennedy Carter live 1-on-1 tonight on YouTube? First of all, shout out to y'all because I didn't even know that was going on. Miss D brought it to my attention, so I was like, hold on, what? So absolutely, I'm watching that. Playing Maya Crump, I don't care who she was playing. She could be playing 1v1 against a bozo from around the corner that I ain't never heard of or whatever. So, and still watching it and still rooting for Kennedy Carter. Hello? So yes, Raven and Tanaya situations are the organizations being dependent on their veterans and not giving the rookies a consistent shot. If they were on a different squad, then it would be different. Yeah, I think Tanaya will fit perfect in Washington. But I also think they have a lot of guards in Washington, so they would have to come up off of something. But why you got Rory over there? You ain't playing her. You did try to play her, but it just wasn't really working out. Tanaya Latson, doesn't she now play for... Who did she get traded, or she got picked up by the Aces? I can't remember who she got picked up by, but I knew she wasn't gonna get no tick in for the Sparks. I thought maybe Kelsey Plum going down would have Tanaya Latson getting minutes, and no. Matter of fact, they would play Chance Gray minutes over Tanaya Latson. Maybe because Chance is maybe a little bit taller, maybe? I don't know, but who gives a play him? I feel like this. There's not a lot of teams, and even though we have expansion teams, but I feel like the WNBA should say if you draft a rookie, they got to get at least 10 minutes a game, right? Like, they got to. Like, you can 8 to 10 minutes. Find them. You can't find 2 minutes a quarter for these rookies. You can't find that. I'm telling you, I'll be looking at Jewel Lloyd. Can somebody cut into her minutes, please? Why is she getting 28 minutes a game, 24, 25, 26? Why? For her to be 2 for 6 from shooting? No, I'm not interested in that. Get his rookie some tick. We know what Jewel Lloyd gonna do. Miss. I'm not sure if you touched on this already, but I was so excited for the young players along with the vets and the coaches being celebrated by President Obama. It was great to see them all affirmed in that way, wasn't it though? Haven't we missed having a president that we can all respect, regardless of what your political beliefs are, regardless if you believe that they made the right decision on this matter or this bill or this stance. Isn't it nice to have known a president that everybody just respects? I might not like what you did over there in South Sudan. I might not like your policies on this. I might not like whatever, but we respect you though. We live in a world where most of our leaders, not just American leaders, most of our political leaders, we can't even, we despise. We don't even. So to see that is beautiful. To see him uh engage in, like you said, affirm Caitlyn's and the Pages and the Asians, to affirm them, let them know that, hey, we see you, you're heard, you're valued, we appreciate what you bring to the sport, we love your commitment to the game, your resilience, we love how you continue to overcome and to prevail, we love that, I see you. Isn't it nice to be seen by somebody who's respected? Love it. So shout out to you, man, for bringing that up. Yeah, it's beautiful. Lisa's reminded me the class of 2021 was AZ, Raven, Miles, Kiki, Citron, and yes, AZ, Raven, Miles all tore their ACLs and came out a year later. And these are the ladies that we will always be in the same conversation, right? Well, Kiki, started off the season great, but got injured, has missed some games. Raven had a phenomenal preseason, and I'm like, oh, she could, if she gets some tick for real, she gonna be a problem. And then the playing time, the PT has just started to, decrease, and it is what it is. Citron is in a great space with her and Kiki on the same team, and then they got Lauren Betts with a cheat code, and then they got what's my girl? Why am I forgetting her name? Cody McMahon. Then they got Cody McMahon, right? Cody McMahon is a cheat code. They got Prosper. Mystics. You get Mystics 2 years, they might be a top 4 team. They a top 18 now. They might be a top 4 team in 2 years. And by 4, I really mean 3. Yes, Tanaya Lassen is in Vegas. Thank you, Shamika. I thought that was true, but thanks for confirming that. Always room for Kennedy finding success, whether it be in the league or elsewhere. She's an incredible talent. Absolutely, incredible talent. And we are all in support of her, and I agree, wherever she is. I just hope that she thrives wherever she is. And that's to all the ladies in the W. If they find that the W is their home, or Unrivaled is their home, or Athletes Unlimited, or Project B, or Upshot, or wherever, or playing for your country internationally. I love to see the game continue to grow and evolve, and I love to see these ladies get their just due. It's a beautiful thing to witness. Yes, Gigi Banks, Tati Morgan all did great. They were definitely the up and coming stars from high school. If anybody wants to watch them play more, you can check them out on Overtime. They are fire. Absolutely. Overtime, not necessarily has produced, but they showcase some of the best future WNBA stars, future NCAA women's stars, the likes of Jersey, the likes of, hell, we didn't see Sanaya, we didn't see Paige, we didn't see a little bit of everybody kind of like funnel their way through and been pretty dominant. So yeah, man, I can't wait for this year. This year, the new talent is great. The talent that is continuing to mature, the Four Wileys, the Sarah Strongs, the Jujus, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what what's our girl who played for Iowa State? Did she transfer? It's a lot. It's a lot going on. I can't wait. I notice the league has a preference for veterans. Bingo. I understand to an extent, but I think at a point you need to embrace the youth to give them a chance to gain experience. Exactly. Exactly. How can you even become a vet if you never get the tick? Like for instance, Bree Hall is on the team. Isn't she with Indiana Fever? She never gets tick, right? Zaya Cook been over there suffering with Seattle up until this season where she's finally started to get some playing time, but it's still inconsistent. She started the season getting good playing time and then it's kind of, dwindled, but also, Melbourne and Flaugier and Natasha Hyman has playing. They've been playing well. They've been playing well. So I understand why her playing time has reduced. But for teams that need a point guard, and you got point guards on the bench at other teams, like, can't we just get on the phone and say, hey, look, I got a point guard that I ain't using. You got a big that you ain't using. I need a big. You want to just swap this out, right? It ain't a lot of teams where we need to be doing all this uh in between the lines. Just get on the phone with another team and like, yo, I got Zaya, I ain't playing her. You got Lauren Betts, we need her. Get her over here. Even though that will never go down. I'm just, throwing some names out of there. I know it is. Oh, good. I already read that one. Hold on. I agree wholeheartedly, Beyond Lens. I was genuinely geeking when Mr. Obama said, I see you, Asia MVP. Made my heart smile. Don't you love it? Naj, who do you think can make a surge and improve this second half of the season? Audie Crooks. Yes, yes, yes. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, Audie Crooks. Can't wait to see her this season. Um, Second half of the season, who do I think is going to surge, take that second leap? Let me see. Well, I think Shakira Austin is trending up. Um, I think her confidence has continued to grow, but I think these last few games, I think she's reminded of her impact when she is completely locked in and when she's being aggressive offensively. So I think Shakira Austin will take another jump this second half of the season. I'm trying to go team to team. Let's see New York. I think Sab got to lock in. I think this is the time where Sab needs to take that jump and be that 20-10 potential threat, right? At least 18-9. That's what New York is gonna need if New York wants to be in contention. I think AB is gonna take another leap because I think Kelsey and AB know that the success of their season depends on them. Regardless of what Caitlyn does, Caitlyn can be phenomenal, but there are games where she's playing phenomenal and they still lose. The games that Kelsey thrives and AB thrives, they win. So them two stepping up, but Kelsey has shown what she can do. Now AB needs to take that next step, second half of the season. Uh I think Jackie will take another leap second half of the season. She's played incredible thus far. But I think Jackie needs to get into the averaging the 22 to 24 and 6 and 5. She got to be up there over 20 second half of the season. Take some pressure off Asia. I think Nalissa is going to continue to play consistent. Chelsea is going to be Chelsea. Nothing is happening with Stephanie Talbot. We're going to get nothing, a little bit of nothing from her. Whole lot of defense, whole lot of energy, but whole lot of nothing points. Jackie has to take another leap second half of the season. Not worried about Connecticut. They ain't doing nothing. I'm not worried about expansion teams because I don't think they'll be in the conversation. We'll be talking about top 8. Uh, let's see. Angel has already been pretty good this season. And prior to taking that one game off injury, I think she's showing us that she can be the leader or a second leader on that team offensively and vocally. So, who on that team needs to make another step? I think Alicia Gray, even though she's an all-star, right? I think Alicia Gray defensively need to take another lead. I think Alicia needs to be a lockdown defender this second half of the year alongside Ryan Howard, which Ryan Howard is doing great. So I'm not mad at her defensively. Sometimes Ryan Howard will, she will duck off on us offensively, but I'm not mad at the defense. So that's Atlanta. Let me see. Talking about top 8 here. Minnesota, we already know what's going on there. Fee gonna do what she do. So I'm not worried about them. I'm really not worried about Aces, Minnesota. I'm not even worried about Dallas. Golden State. Let's talk about them. They're number 3 seed. Let's talk about them. I think Tip Hayes needs to turn up second half. Second half of the season, I think Tip Hayes needs to turn up. I think she got to be more consistent of a scorer. Tip Hayes, and be better with the ball. Tip Hayes. So shout out to her. Shout out to Golden State though. Might even say Gabby Williams. Might even say Gabby. It's crazy because she's all-star, but still, I still see that she could step up. Take her game to another level, and that's a compliment. That's a compliment to her, because if you are already all-star and I see that you still leaving meat on the bone, that's a good thing to notice. Let me see. Indiana, we talking about them. We talked about New York. We talked about Washington. Yeah, that's it. Seattle, I'm not worried about them. Whatever. It is what it is. Jada, who will be at LSU next year? Yes, she will. Ain't that crazy? Zaya Cook is going a part of this new young core in Seattle. Yeah, I think Zaya Cook is a very good intricate piece to the success of that team. Let's hope they continue to trend up. I love the coach though. I love the coach. Coach Raymond, Sonya, I love her. So shout out to her. Sydney Taylor is trending up. Sydney Taylor got everybody mad. Why did we not get her? Why she talk about a walking bucket? Hold on. Walking bucket, Sydney Taylor. It's something about when somebody bust your A and they look like they also can be like a print model. I don't like that. How you look like you could be a print model for Victoria's Secret, but you out here busting my A like this? I don't like that. You got to pick a lane. You gonna be a cute girly girl, or she said, I'm gonna do both. Get you a girl can do both. Gotta love to see it. Again, sidebar. Shout out to Angel. A real life Barbie, and is now the first official WNBA athlete to have her own Barbie. Shout out to Angel Reese, man. Girl, she is cooking. You love to see these athletes diversify their portfolios and just continue to elevate their brand. Love to see it. Yeah, check out the games. Paige, Juju, Flaw, and KK coached on overtime. The high school girls played in them. Yes, girl, they was mad, wasn't they? Paige and Flaw was mad. They was going back and forth. Love it. And Juju be intense on that sideline. I said, y'all can't coach me, child. I'm walking off. Y'all coach too hard. Teams as well taking that next leap. I think Dallas is the scariest team in the league. Outside of Minnesota, because Minnesota got feet coming back. But Dallas, because they still have so much uncapped potential between Fudd and Maddie and Lee and a walk. Like, it's so much uncapped potential over there in Dallas. You just never know what you're going to expect as it relates to greatness. You just never know. So I think the second half of the season, they're gonna be the hottest team in the league. Facts Fever is going to be Kelsey and AB or bust. Exactly. Kelsey and AB. That's the backbone of that team. Caitlin facilitates, but AB and Kelsey determines wins or losses. Those two. Ace's bench got to be better. Absolutely. Dana Evans is reemerging back into the flow. I still think Cheyenne Parker Tyus need to be getting more minutes. I would completely sacrifice the minutes of Brianna Turner and never play her to give Cheyenne Parker Tyus more minutes, because Turner is not scoring, and we already have somebody in our starting core in that same position that does not score. So we need more. We need more. Interested to see what Mamato, right? Is that her name? That we just signed. Interested to see how she becomes like a microwave scorer. We gonna need that. Did you guys see Sarah Ashley Barker tore her ACL in that Portland versus Dallas game? I knew she did because you could see it pop in the replay when she went down, but they confirmed she did yesterday. Horrible, horrible news, horrible news. I hate it. I hate those season ending injuries, whether it's ACLs or ankles or knees or whatever. I hate that. And she was playing well this season too. So the good thing about it is that she's built rapport with that Portland fan base, and it's going to be incredible to see her bounce back. So, get well soon. Get well soon, Sarah. Get well soon, Rakia. Everybody who's suffering from injuries and rehabbing, and yeah, get well soon for sure. Queen Barbie, that is. Shout out to Queen Barbie. Dallas is scarier than the Valks. I think. I think they are. I think they are. Now the Valks is the Valks, right? They play a great team game. They are led by a great coach, and I think that they've earned the right to be number 2, number 3. You know what I mean? Top 3 team in a W, hands down. I think Dallas, if you had to guess which team is going to be the team you expect game in and game out, I think it would be Golden State. I think there's always a question mark out of Dallas. Sometimes you know what they bring us, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they play a good 3 quarters and lose it in the fourth. I think Dallas is going to be the scariest team that has the most to win in the second half of the season. Why is Sydney not in the All-Star game? Actually, I think no Chicago members are in the All-Star game. I know the team hasn't played well, but at least one player should still be participating. I think one player for every team, as long as stats match, should be All-Star. You should be. It's not a lot of teams. So to not have one person representing that team is kind of like trash to me. Even if it's not in the All-Star, it should be a place for them in the All-Star weekend. Brother, she should have definitely been in that skill shooting competition. She should have definitely been in that. They could have put her in a 3-point. They could have put her anywhere, right? At least one player. Now, maybe not like a Connecticut, because everybody over there is nobody's really lighting it up with averages, like average points or anything like that. But for Chicago, like, Sydney, I think, has played incredibly. But that's why the WNBA needs to have something that has space for that. So if you have a NCAA All Stars versus your WNBA rookie class, and that rookie class should be your rookies and your sophomores. That's when you have the Sydneys and the Lauren Betts. That's when you have these players, the potential All-Star players, right? When you have them competing against one another. I think that would be dope. I will absolutely be getting that Barbie. It's adorable, and I'm so happy for the young girls and women to get to see themselves represented in this way. So proud of Angel. Listen, I don't even fool with Barbie, and I'm going to get it. I'm getting it. Why? Because it's monumental. I'm getting it. Hell, if they would have, I already got our little bobble, not the bobblehead, the little funk pop. Got that. Let me go ahead and get that Barbie too. Wishing her and Rakia speedy recovery. Absolutely. Why is Veronica Burton not an All-Star? I don't know. I can't. I wish I could pull up her stats, but I can't. But I wish I could. What's her stats looking like this year? VB. What's VB stats looking like this year? To lead that team, she's the point guard, so she has to be the de facto leader on top of Gabby Williams. But to be able to lead that team, expansion team, last year to a playoffs and now to a top 3 team, come on, man, that's definitely All-Star worthy. But if she ain't got the stats to put it up, I don't know. But she could have been in the skills 3-point shooting contest. There need to be more games and more exhibition little matches so we can see. Why can't we have a 3-on-3 at the All-Star? Why can't we have a 1v1 competition at the All-Star? Why not? Why not? It's too much talent. So yeah, you might not be on the All-Star team, but you in the 3-on-3, the 1v1. Why not? We have the Olympics, 3-on-3 Olympics. We have 1v1 and Unrivaled. We see how engaging that is. We see how everybody be on the edge of their seats to see Azurá Stevens in 1v1. I would have never thought that I would have been cheering for Azurá because I didn't even think she had a 1v1 game. But shout out to Unrivaled. Because we see Azurá, we see Ray Burrell, and now we like, damn, they got a bag like that. I didn't know that. And now we also see how that's translated into the WNBA season, where now Ray Burrell, they get she lighting it up. Oh, you ain't checking me yet? Oh, lean out with the, you feel me? So I've been on this live a lot longer than what I thought, y'all. I did not think I was gonna be here yapping with y'all for 2 hours, but I guess I felt the spirit on this here Saturday. So shout out to y'all, man. Wishing y'all the best weekend. I gotta roll up my windows, right? So don't no bugs get in my car, child. Wishing y'all the best weekend, safe weekend, a free weekend, right? Peace and freedom to all y'all. We gonna tune in to the All-Star game tonight. I'm gonna be watching the Kennedy Carter. I'm gonna be in the chat. So if y'all see Beyond the Lens TV or y'all see Naj Unscripted in the chat of the Kennedy Carter 1v1 live, y'all make sure y'all at me because we gonna be in there turning up. Okay, turn it up for Kennedy. Okay, and then we gonna recap the All-Star game Monday at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. right on Beyond the Lens TV on Her Core Her Rules, our normal time slot Monday at 6 p.m. Man, let me get to the last couple minutes of these last couple comments. Shout out to Jeremy. Thank you for coming on the live, man. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for pulling up. And being in the live chat. I appreciate y'all. There are some great players that are not in the All-Star. And the reason is like Jeff Teague says, you got to play the game inside the game. You really work to build your fan base. And that's the thing. 25% of the votes is from the fans. So it's a reason why Gabby is in there. Gabby got a bunch of fans, and it may not look like it sometimes when you watch her game, but her being an international player, her bringing that fan base here, her being just well loved, well liked, that matters. So a lot of these players got to get you ain't. I know you might not be into the social media. Sometimes I'm only into one app, that's YouTube. I don't do nothing else outside of that. I get that. But I also am not a professional athlete. If I was a professional athlete, I would hire somebody, whether it's my little cousin or something. Turn this camera on and follow me. Just turn it on and follow me, dog. I'm gonna do something interesting. I need you to capture it, right? Because I gotta let the people know that I'm for the people, and I really I really care about my fans, right? And I want my fans to have access to me at least to a certain extent. Like, you're not about to be all in my house and doing all this that. Right, but you're gonna be training with me in the gym. You're gonna be, I had to pull up. Yep. I pulled up on Chipotle. Yep. I'm a $1 million athlete. Yep, and I still eat Chipotle, double chicken, double guac. You feel me? That's how I will be. I will want y'all to know more about me as a person, more about me as a hooper, and just more about me as a human. Like, I'm regular. I ain't gonna bite. I might bite, but I ain't gonna bite my fans. How about that? So yeah, I think Jeff Teague is absolutely right, and he will know he's an all-star himself. You know what I mean? So yeah. Great live as always, Beyond the Lens TV. Wishing you in the chat a peaceful weekend. Stay safe and be good to yourselves. Absolutely. Self-care is the best care. So keep yourself, keep your vibrations high. 50% of the fan votes are from the fans, 25% from the media, and 25% from the players. Okay, I was wrong. It's 50% from the fans. Damn. So 25% must be NBA. Yes, you have to put yourself out there for the fans to connect with you. Yeah, and if the fans don't want to be bothered, if you ain't giving them a reason to want to follow you, if you make a little old lady like me want to hit your TikTok up, then you doing something right. I don't be on TikTok for nothing but some of them TikTok recipes. You feel me? But if you make me want to follow you and watch you, then you living your basketball life right. Everybody else who trying to be under a rock, you ain't gonna get that all-star nod. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. So it's a lot about PR. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be in front of the people. And when even if I wasn't an all-star, I'm at the all-star game. They're gonna be like, who got the live is live? Naj. Who doing what? Naj everywhere this weekend. You feel me? So shout out to y'all, man. I done been on this live so long. I'm down to 15%. Ooh, that's ghetto. My mama about to text me in a minute and say, charge your damn phone. You know how mamas don't never stop mommying. I'm trying to tell y'all. You got a mama, you got you a good mama. When you get off this live, hit your mama up and tell her you love her right now. Because if your battery get to 15%, she on your A. And that lets you know you got a good mama. Shout out to y'all. Again, peace and freedom. Have a great weekend. And as you already know, I'm going to catch y'all on the flip. Peace.